Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome to the next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. We're broadcasting live from the beautiful Brahma Kumaris Meditation Museum. Life is a journey that we all have to take. We're born with such innocence, merged in the womb of our mother, many experiences of many lifetimes. We forget the details. We don't remember what we've done, where we've been, or who we've been. All we know, we're reborn into this essenceful state of absolute pristinity. We're just pure, completely a clean slate. Did you know that for the first 2 years you were completely in an altered spiritual state naturally as a baby, as a child? You're just in this world of just light and virtues. You're not in the viciousness of adulthood whatsoever. You're just pure. And even after your first 2 years, you start to live in a more imaginary world. Nowadays, you have so many experts that talk about the rewiring of our brain, manifestation, attraction, the law of attraction. They talk about affirmations, how important they are. That the more you keep repeating certain thoughts and certain ideas, they eventually become real for you. There are things in your life that maybe you wish to aspire to, but you doubt yourself, you question yourself. You don't think you could ever become it or ever have it. And so you just don't serve that thought. But for a child, they have such an imaginary world. They think in such huge ways. You and I don't even understand. Lego toys, dolls, games, building, playing. In their minds, there's something that's completely going on than what is the reality of mom, dad, food, sleep, bathroom, play. It's even more than that. I remembered when I was a young girl, I used to have an imaginary friend. Maybe being an only child made it easy. But that imaginary friend was everything for me. That was my buddy. That was my partner. We did everything together. And that's maybe why many of us don't feel we're ever alone on the path. But you've noticed that as we grow up and we become more mature, that energy leaves us. We start to question ourselves. We start to create boundaries, borders of protection. We develop a sense of insecurity, uncertainty, fears. From out of sometimes nowhere, we get this feeling of guilt. You've been there, right? You feel guilty, you feel ashamed, you feel low, bad with yourself for maybe something small. It's not like any one of us are serial killers. And sometimes you wonder, there's just absolutely no conscience there. It is locked down completely. And for them, their life is significant. Significant in teaching us so much. But for us, many of us consider we don't feel we're good enough, that we really matter in certain relationships. Let's say, for example, you're in a marriage. One of you don't feel that you're really that significant. Maybe everybody throws their stuff on you. Maybe you're the one that everyone expects, cook, clean, take care of everything, and nobody really shows you that appreciation or love. Maybe you're at a job. All your team players leave you to get all the work done, and they take the credit. The boss, the manager, praises the name of somebody else, and you know you did the work. And you feel so victimized, kind of abused emotionally or spiritually in terms of not the recognition that you deserve is another form of abuse, no? It's called, if you have a child and you don't take care of it, it's called child neglect, right? That you're living there and you don't feed them, you put them in the closet, you lock them up, you don't bathe them. You mistreat them, you abuse them. So even when somebody doesn't give us that attention, we feel as if we don't matter to them. And the irony is, we're growing into our identity. We've forgotten who we are. We don't know who we are. We just don't know. And because we don't know who we are, we don't create the kind of relationship with people that we deserve. We let people speak and act and behave any way they wish around us because we feel maybe that's what we deserve. There's somebody right now in the world, in a relationship, in a marriage, in some situation, where they're being physically abused, financially abused, emotionally abused, and they allow it over and over again because they feel they don't matter. And the irony is, you matter more than anything else. You create boundaries until you make yourself get strong. You look inside of yourself and ask, what are my strengths here? Where are my weaknesses? What is it that I'm missing about myself that I need to understand? You have to start to do this self-talk in order for you to recognize how much you matter. There must be a reason why God sent you down. And you coming down here on earth to play your part is not insignificant. It is very significant. Too many times we allow situations and relationships to not nurture the value that we should hold for ourselves. Too many times. Because we don't feel we're that significant or that important. But I'm telling you, you are. And one of the most important things to increase your importance is to have a very deep, intimate connection with God. This intimate link between you, the soul, the source, the supreme power, who's the ocean of happiness and the ocean of wisdom, gives you a sense of purpose and meaning and significance. You feel like you matter in certain areas. Maybe when you feel that you're in charge of something, you feel a kind of a significance. You feel you're in charge, so without you it's not going to get done. But there are certain areas that you go in life and you feel as if you're invisible. Like nobody seems to value what my contributions are, or they've taken me for granted and I just don't feel like I'm of any value. Well, that's on you. That's still something in you that needs attention, that needs working on. Even if you feel a pushback from others, it might be a mirror reflection of how often you push back on your strengths. How often you're pushing back on your value and how powerful you are and how much you matter. But because this ego and attachment comes into our truth, it comes out a little messy sometimes. Sometimes we come across seeming angry, impatient, frustrating, nagging, and very uncomfortable, very disturbing. Sometimes we do things in a way that makes people question what's going on with you. Doesn't seem like it's all in order. There's something in you that don't feel you're valuable enough. And then God comes in your life and He looks deep into the soul and He sees you and He recognizes your worth and your value, and then He starts to guide you. He teaches you who you are in what you will become if you just stay inspired in my teachings. One of the practices in Raj Yoga meditation that we get every single day in our advanced classes, remember God with love. Every day we're given this exercise. Remember the Supreme Soul, God, the ocean of love, every day. You'll feel this deep sense of how valuable you are on the planet at this time. It is subtle, but it's also quite obvious. It's sometimes in the little things that you're doing, you recognize how significant it is. Small story. We're putting together a room yesterday. The sister's putting together furniture. I went into her room. I just wanted to make it look even better than it looked. Rearranged a few things, moved the things, spread the bed, made everything look a little neater and sweeter. And I left. Because she mattered so much. This soul matters so much to me. She was such an instrument to taking care of Sister Gita, our beautiful mum. And everything that I did in her room, I kept saying, such significance of this soul in my life, such love. She matters. Does she think that? Does she know how much she matters to another person? Maybe, maybe not. But why did she matter? Why does she matter so much to me? Many things. 1, her love for God. 2, her generosity of spirit. 3, her honesty. So many things I could tell you. And similarly for yourself, there are people in your life who right now in this day are recognizing how important you are to them. It might not be the whole world. And it might not be everyone in your life that thinks that way. But don't push away the people who actually acknowledge and recognize you. Serve them. Love them. Be grateful. They're important to you and they matter. Because you matter. We're developing ourselves, no doubt. When we let people speak to us in a particular way, it's maybe we just don't know ourselves enough. When we let people behave in a particular way that's disrespectful and we accept it as that's the way I should be treated for the rest of my life, it's a sign I don't know who I am yet. If we let people lie and cheat to us and we know they are, and we accept it, it's again, I don't recognize who I am. So when the soul makes this intimate connection with Source, with God, with Baba, Abba, the light, Jehovah, the being that is the ocean of love and peace, not only does this experience of how important you are to yourself emerges in your character, in your feelings, but you begin to look at everyone with importance. You see people with importance because I'm important. Who am I not to think another child of God is not important? They matter too. I might not have much in common with them, but I know with that soul, there is someone in the world that cares about them, that they're that important. So no matter what you're doing, where you are on your journey, use your time and energy in recognizing yourself. in understanding who you are, in valuing your self-worth. Don't let people walk over you and make you their doormats, but keep living with the highest code of conduct in your life. And you will attract those people in your life too. And it'll become easier. But when you make yourself a doormat for people, it's as if you don't feel you have any value, that you don't matter. And I'm begging you, stop. Go to Baba. Talk to Baba from the heart. Baba will show you how valuable you are. And when you start to experience that value within you, you will naturally give it to other people. It won't be hidden. Okay? To all the souls out there that matter, who are very significant, who are using their thought and time in a worthwhile way, to souls who are really believing in their potential and their capacity, because you're so significant on the planet. Use your time well. Recognize your worth. Don't let anyone deceive you or make you think you're not good. You are the only one doing that. Nobody else has power over you to think of you in a downward way. But if you're doing it to yourself, you're forgetting how valuable you are. So just keep using the divine. Keep your connection with God solid. And feel your worth. And feel how much you matter to Him. Let's have a little meditation now. Take this moment and settle inside yourself. Breathe in and exhale. At this moment, I gradually allow my thoughts to settle into peace. And carefully, I observe these thoughts, and I am able to sense if I, the being of consciousness, am in harmony with myself. As a soul, the soul feels everything, whether it is aware of it or not. The heart, even though physical, signals to either soul if I'm embracing or resisting, if I'm including or excluding, if I'm loving or if I'm hateful. So behind these eyes sits the living soul. In fact, I've come to realize that we are all souls, so we are all the same. Our stories are different, but we are the same in the form of being a soul. And that means we're all included. The soul feels uncomfortable when it excludes anyone because of an attachment to religion, race, gender, nationality, even the body. And every time I find myself excluding someone from my story, I too am excluded from another story. When we hurt, it's a sign that we're in need of a powerful lesson. So sitting in this meditation, I open myself to an unfolding, larger connection, for I, the soul, am a giver and a receiver of light. And in this consciousness of light, I can embrace the community of all souls and respect every soul for the journey that they're on, inwards and upwards. We all come from the same source, the divine, the source of love, peace, purity, kindness, and truth. As I sit here in this awareness, I can see and I can feel the many things I have in common with another. I can feel that my story is included with theirs and theirs with mine. In this natural awareness of inclusivity, when I think and speak and listen and see from behind my eyes, I release stereotypes and illusions from my world, because I, the soul, am energy, light, the life force. When I'm aware of this, I'm living a life of inclusivity. The more I experience the real I, the more I live from the source of love and kindness. I am a warrior of inclusivity, and I carry my weapons of love to include all and to be included by all. My journey is one from inwards and upwards, bringing with the real I a natural state of power and beauty. As a warrior of inclusivity, I'm unstoppable in my every move towards peace, unity, and love. Om Shanti. You know, it's really quite easy to just find your worth and your value. It's always a thought away. We just don't do it enough. Santosh, what does our awakened intelligence say about what it means to matter? Recognizing that you matter involves a deep personal understanding of your own significance and the value in the world. Let's take a look at them, Santosh. Self-awareness, self-validation, impact awareness. That's interesting. What is that? Impact awareness. Realizing the positive effects your actions, words, and presence have on others and your environment. This could be as simple as making someone smile, supporting a friend, contributing to a larger cause. By the way, you can always contribute to the Meditation Museum. Purpose and direction, knowing that your life has meaning and that you have goals or aspirations that drive you. That's somebody who matters. I love that. Self-respect, really important. Resilience and confidence, a very big part of mattering about you. And of course, gratitude and appreciation goes a long way. Just be thankful about the positive things that are going on in your life, but even be thankful for the challenges. They're pushing you to becoming more positive. So let's move to our beautiful mom, our sweet Sister Gita, Mama Gita. Let's hear what words of wisdom she has for us today, because it's always something dynamic. And I'm sure when you listen to her voice and the words of wisdom, something in the soul will be moved. Enjoy the Sister Gita effect.
Ethics are a code of conduct which promotes virtue and character. There needs to be ethic in my personal, social, and professional lives. To be ethical means to have a code of conduct for the self. A personal code of conduct can be maintained when the intellect is not easily shaken by small matters. For this reason, it is useful to have self-discipline. Self-discipline makes everything accurate, beautiful, spiritual, and simple. It is easy to have good relations with somebody who has good self-discipline. The first ethic and code of conduct is to have a generous heart. So let's open that heart up. The first ethic and code of conduct is to have a generous heart. When your heart is not generous, there is distress. You can neither do what you want nor communicate clearly. You cannot even cooperate with others. Feeling always low on energy, so cautious about how much you give. A generous heart is not a question of giving money, but a state of relating to everyone. So we know all souls are playing parts, and all souls in their virtues or qualities are equal, and the parts we all play is different. But relating to everyone as an equal is very important to have a generous heart.
Mm-hmm. I love including Sister Gita in our next normal. I just feel she's just right here, still very close. And I know she is. So, Aviak signals that I read every morning. This month is how to uplift souls who are defaming you. Anyone out there? Today is, even if someone insults you or accuses you falsely, do not allow yourselves to get angry. It is the duty of you, the souls who have recognized you are children of God, to uplift even the ones who have defamed you. Because when they insult you, to reveal that you are children of God, you embrace them. This will be a wonder to them. This is called real transformation. To embrace anyone, to embrace those who like you isn't really a big thing. However, when you consider somebody who has defamed you to be a friend, you'll be known as a soul who uplifts everyone. Boy, do I know that one well. All right, so let's say hello to our friends out there. Good morning. Hi, Divya Baba. Oh, you're so welcome. Hi, Barbara. Om Shanti. Barbara, thank you for the donation. We really appreciate your generosity. It keeps our meditation museum going. Very thoughtful. Tokyo Blue. Good morning. Rashmi. Oh, hi, Rashmi. Baba's angel. Hi, Jenna from the Philippines. Very nice to have you. Sue Hogg and Yukti Tulas Kumar. Nasira, Shoba, Lavanya, Anita, Faith, Kambili, hey Skippy, and Gigi, and Joanne, Lee, all of you, thank you so much for always bringing the light and the beauty to our space and to these conversations. Please send me anything you'd like me to offer some wisdom to. If there's anything compelling in your heart, put it in the chat and we'll be able to fulfill your needs for sure. Thanks so much for joining us today, and remember to amplify your love. Just practice loving everybody the same. Something in you will shift and you feel so liberated. I'm speaking to you from experience. Have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow. Have you been feeling overwhelmed, stressed, out of balance lately? Do you crave for a pocket of peace and tranquility in your busy life, but you struggle to find the time or space? Then we have the perfect solution for you. Meditation on Wheels. It's an RV sanctuary traveling in the metropolitan Washington D.C. area, offering transformative meditation experiences. It's a movable oasis of calm at your doorstep. Book us today to come to your business, school, government space, or event. Why? We bring the calm to you. meditationonwheels.com